The Indiana Court of Appeals has overturned the plea agreement of Larry Russell Jr.
You'll recall Russell and his wife Nikki were each arrested for abusing and neglecting their 3 adopted children. At the time, it was called one of the worst cases of child abuse local police had ever seen. News 10's John Swanner joins us live in the studio. In tonight's top story, he explains what this means for Russell's prison sentence. John?
Well, first of all, Mike and Patrice, we want to make clear that Larry Russell is still in prison. What happened is that Russell exercised his right to appeal that sentence. What the Court of Appeals has to say about this plea agreement is likely not what Russell or anyone else connected to this case could have possibly fathomed. In the plea agreement, Russell pleaded guilty to 10 counts of neglect and criminal confinement. The judge handed down 3 separate 8-year prison sentences, one for each child victimized in this case. That's a total of 24 years. However, the judge and prosecutor felt that Indiana law forced them to cap Russell's sentence to 10 years.
That was the court's belief, our belief, and the Indiana Prosecutor's Council's belief that that would apply in this case.
In his appeal, Larry Russell posed 2 main concerns. One, he questions whether a Vigo County judge sentenced him according to the terms of his plea agreement. 2, the Department of Correction classified him according to a 24-year sentence, not a 10-year. That puts him in a more restrictive prison setting. So the case went before the Indiana Court of Appeals, who ruled it was a mistake to cap Russell's sentence in the first place. The court said this was due to the nature in which Russell committed his offenses, to which he pleaded guilty.
It comes down to whether or not there was enough evidence that would constitute looking at these as separate crimes as opposed to an ongoing course of criminal conduct.
The court felt Russell's actions were repeated, so the prison sentence cap in this case does not apply. This means the Court of Appeals says the plea agreement should be voided. Now, Larry Russell has another important legal decision to make. Larry Russell has 30 days to appeal this decision to the Indiana Supreme Court. The Supreme Court could either agree with Russell or the Court of Appeals. And if the Court of Appeals opinion stands, it has ordered the case to go back to Vigo County Court for resentencing. Russell could then agree to plead guilty again, where he faces a maximum sentence of up to 56 years in prison. Or he could do nothing, and in 30 days the plea agreement is vacated. That means Russell will be facing a jury trial or another plea deal. Meanwhile, his wife Nikki Russell's 10-year prison sentence is also in the appeals process. We'll follow both cases and let you know how they're resolved. Patrice, back to you.
All right, thank you, John.